Hi everybody and welcome to week 7. I'm doing a week 7 and week 8 combo video because we are starting your final project. So we're going to switch gears one more time and we're actually going to do playing cards. So you should have received your course evaluations, and if you could please do those, I really appreciate it and take your thoughts into account. Just like when we critique in class, I would love for you to talk about what worked well, what could be improved, and why in this course. But now to your final. We're going to look at some inspiration. So inspirations for your playing cards. Look at style, color, pattern, use of space, text, technique, and content. I also find if you have playing cards, look at them. Most of them are pretty standard, but that's great. So look at the font choices. Look at how it's, spaced out on the card. Look at the use of border or pattern, okay? Take a look at these sites as well. They should help. Now we're going to look at your final. So for due Wednesday is going to be some sketches, but your final as a whole. You're going to create a king, queen, and jack from a deck of cards. You want them to be cohesive and unified. I don't want to see a human king, queen, and jack, okay? Get creative about what these cards can represent. I see so many people doing crowns, humans, swords, things that are related to a king, queen, and jack, and I don't need to see that. You're creators, you're visual artists as of this point, so think about 3 things that could show hierarchy, or how could you show hierarchy within 3 things to show that the king is the most important and the jack is the least important, but something that's part of the same collection. Also, be very careful with copywritten information. So I know some people love a certain show or something like that, and they want to do characters from the show. I hope this could be something for your portfolio, and so we want to steer away from stuff like that. You'll only need to do 1 suit. So all of these will be from the same suit. It can be any of the 4, or you can make up your own, but have them all be the same suit. You'll also need to design the back of the card. The back of the card needs to complement the fronts, and think about, I don't want to see repeating things. So if I'm doing puppies, I don't want to see the back as the 3 puppies that I've used as my king, queen, and jack. I could think about doing a dog house, a pattern with dog bones, things like that, so it should relate but still be different. Think about all of the theory, techniques, and tools we've discussed throughout the term. Standard playing card is 2.5 by 3.5. I would recommend you set up multiple artboards, but you can do them in their own files. You're going to have 4 files or artboards total. So we've got the king, the queen, the jack, and the back of the card. Okay? This website that I've kind of copied some information from, I found was really informative. So, corner design. The corner is the little symbol on the top left and bottom right of your cards. It tells the player exactly what the card is. Notice how the letter number is always on top and the suit is always on the bottom. This makes it so you read it as the 7 of diamonds, ace of spades. Remember, bend, don't break. You could flip the suit and the letter number. You could put them next to one another. You can have the letter number inside the suit. You could use Roman numerals. It's up to you. Don't forget to reflect your corner design and place it on the opposite corner. Make sure it's readable when you flip it around. Some people's designs aren't flipped and they go one way, so then it's up to you to decide if it should be listed twice or if you just need it once or how you want to deal with that. I'll let you read about jack, kings, and queens. I kind of already talked about it. But think about if you do want symmetry or if you want to use all the tools that we've talked about to really add some nice details. And also think about what you want the background of that face card to be. So I'm not talking about the back of the card. I'm still talking about the front, but behind your object. Is it a light gradient? Is it a plain white card? Think about all these different options. And then the actual back of your card. There are 54 cards in the deck, and all of them are going to have this back, so make sure it's representative for all of them. Think about the correlation between the front and the back. So, this week, we're going to do the research and sketches due Wednesday. Then due Sunday, you're going to start your project in Illustrator. So again, that's when you'd have the 4 artboards. You'd pick whichever design from your sketches that we thought was best and bring it into Illustrator. And then for finals week, you're going to finish up your project. Your finals due Friday the 22nd by midnight, and no late assignments are accepted. So again, due Wednesday. I want a PDF of your sketches, and I want 5 ideas for each the king, queen, and jack. So think of it as 5 series. So if I do dogs, I've got the king, queen, and jack dogs. I've got the king, queen, and jack hamburgers. I've got the king, queen, and jack, I know I said not to do this, but crowns, king, queen, and jack humans, king, queen, and jack swords. Okay, so you should have 5 series of sketches. I do not need to see the back of the card sketched out. We're just going to start with the main theme here. So you'll have 15 sketches total. Okay, these can be hand drawn or on the computer, but just sketches. Don't get started in Illustrator creating your idea. And then I want a self-critique of your thoughts. Which one do you like best? What are you thinking moving forward? Okay, so again, then due Sunday is that 4 artboard work in progress getting started from your sketches. And then week 8, our final week, you're almost done with computer graphics. We have a final exam, and that is pretty straightforward. Multiple choice, fill in true and false. And then we have a final discussion board. I just think it's important that you guys get to show off what you've made. If you post earlier in the week, obviously you can get critique as to how you can kind of finish things, clean them up, and then after, like when it gets to be closer to Friday, you could just kind of post your final, say this is what I did. And then again, due next Friday, so not the following Sunday, due Friday, no late assignments accepted, is your final. But what I want with your final is not 4 artboards. You're going to create a PDF that's 11 by 17, and you're going to place the 3 cards in the back into one. We want this to be a portfolio piece. So this is what I am talking about. So you bring your designs in, you can tell they're cards, you can give it a title. Some people like to give backgrounds to this idea. Like this is straightforward. Yes, I would have liked to see a title, a background, a border, something that brings them all together, kind of like this. Okay, so working in artboards until week 8, then making the final portfolio piece. I look forward to seeing all of your final work. Have a fun time with this, explore the tools, and let me know if you have any questions along the way.